Well, my name is Jason and I made this video with John. Well, I'm going to explain you guys about the customer service and customer experience because customer service is the way that the agent provides a specific service and customer experience is the way that the customer feel at the end of the service. So I like to make an example with the T-Mobile company because they provide a good service. For example, first they don't have a menu in order to provide a fast service, and this made that the when the customer call at an agent is ready to answer. The customer doesn't have to wait a lot of time to receive a service. So additional to this, T-Mobile have an application where the customer can make a lot of things like a make pay, check bill, and something like that, change plan, and this is good and helpful. So I always say that this is as customer have a agent in the pockets in their pockets. So
In this opportunity, I'm going to talk about the difference between a sectional service and customer service. For example, I had the opportunity to work in a restaurant called Vista Corona. In the restaurant, the most important thing was always the client. Many restaurants can sell delicious food and great drinks, but the most important thing will always be experience that takes the customer from the place. The most important thing for me was always that the client will get the best perception of the place, always very well attended, and always with the best experience. That not only guarantees that the client returns to our restaurants or to our business, it guarantees something more. This guarantees us a voice to voice of our business. It guarantees a good reference of our business with people around them, a free publicity. Many times we see that tourism is the most important thing in many countries. The economy of many places depends on it. For example, here in Colombia we see that a lot of cities depends of the tourism, hotels, the beaches, and many places. For example, one of my favorite places here in Colombia is Villa de Leyva. In Villa de Leyva, we visit with my girlfriend a hotel that was amazing. The hotel in Villa de Leyva wasn't the most luxury or the most expensive or even the best located in Villa de Leyva, but the hotel had something really special that was really important for us. The attention given to us by the hospitality of each of its employees made us feel as if we were the kind of Spain or if we were the most important thing for them. That experience was what made us remember that hotel, what made us stay with that memory of Grand Hotel. For example, one of the things I remember most about the hotel was its attention in the dining room. The food was amazing, really delicious. Each one of the people who worked there made us spend incredible moments. To finish, I want to say that the most important thing is to keep in mind that everything is a group and everything is related to each other. If I have a good service, other very important things cannot be missed. Everything has to be like a well wired, a switch watch.